Hello everybody, this is Jessica of Jessica-esque, and today I am going to be doing my first TBR video in a while, or perhaps ever. This sort of video fills me with dread and anxiety, so maybe that's why I haven't done one before, but let's see how it goes. There is something about committing or maybe overcommitting to things that I want to watch or read that I just really don't like, and I have essentially stopped doing for many years. But I think being on BookTube again and seeing the TBR videos that people make is giving me a little inspiration to maybe try it myself. So without further ado, let's get into what I might be reading in June. There are a couple of readathons that have started, so I'm going to cover the books that I'm thinking of reading for those, as well as what I have checked out on Libby and or have the ebooks of. I am just over halfway through Almond on audiobook from Libby, and I am also listening to, I'm like a quarter of the way through Five Little Pigs by Agatha Christie, also on Libby. That's like my evening listening right now. So I'm relatively positive I'm going to finish at least those two books in June. The next couple of books have come in from a hold on Libby. They're audiobooks, and they are both going to fulfill not readathons. They're both going to fulfill storygraph challenges that I am a part of. The first is Wordslet by Amanda Montell. The second is The Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. These are both books that I've been wanting to read for a long time, and I don't necessarily have to read them right now. I was kind of realizing as I was prepping for this video that if I want to prioritize the readathons, one of which ends in June, which is very intimidating to me, I could always let those go back and take them out maybe in July and August. Another ebook that I have out on Libby that's also for a Storygraph challenge is The Day of the Triffids. I'm only about 10% of the way through. I think I've read the first chapter. It's just a matter of finding time for me to actually sit down and read with my eyeballs an ebook or a physical book. And that's something that when we get into the readathons, you'll see I have at least one other ebook that I want to read. So we'll see. Oh, we'll see. And then the last book that I have out currently on Libby as an audiobook, it also fulfills some Storygraph challenges, but it's actually a buddy read with my friend Dora. It's Orbital, the one and only. I'm just over halfway through that one, and I'm pausing so that Dora can catch up, and then we can chat at the halfway point. It's not like a hugely plot-driven book, but it will be nice to catch up and chat about what we've read so far. Okay, the readathons. Okay, so there is a Read Historical Fiction 2025, and I thought, oh, this is such a well organized and really intriguing readathon setup, but I did not realize that it starts and ends in the month of June, so that's quite intimidating. I honestly don't know if I want to read that many historical fiction novels. I'm interested in reading all of the ones that I have picked for the prompts. The prompts are really, really cool. I just honestly don't know if I have it in me to read that many historical fiction novels all in one go. If I could read them, and of course I can, but if the Storygraph challenge allowed me to read them throughout the year, I would love that. But it is ending June 30th. And June is already a pretty busy month socially for me, though I am in the car a fair bit, so that's more audiobook time at least. But I'm in the car quite a bit, so when I want to schedule, reading ebooks, that becomes a bit more of a challenge. So anyway, without further ado, The Miniaturist, I have that set aside for not just the historic readathon, but the Read Big Books. Yeah, read big books over the summer readathon because I think it's just 400 pages. So I've got that one checked out. Joan, which is I don't know if it's a retelling, but it's a fictionalization of Joan of Arc, who's a really cool character from history. And I've heard good things about the book, and that will fulfill another Storygraph challenge that I'm a part of, but it's also one of the historic, I think the first historic reads prompt. Trust. I have this one on hold. I was interested in this one when it first came out, and then I kind of lost track of it. But I think it is going to fit the dual or multiple timeline prompt for the historic reads. And then The Maiden. So this is an ebook that I borrowed from the internet, and it is highly recommended, but it's an ebook. So I'll have to see where I can build in time to my schedule to sit down and read with my eyeballs. And then the last one I've placed it on hold is River Spirit. So again, there's a couple that are on hold. I'm guessing that they will come to me before the end of June. Whether that's enough time before the 30th of June, I have no idea. So I might just keep hold of these. And when I say hold, I mean like keep track of them. But I'll keep the hold as well. Just so I can see. I think honestly, making this video is like talking myself out of doing this reading challenge over the specified course of time. So I could potentially shift things around, and instead of reading like Wordslet, Parable of the Sower, and maybe, you know, shifting back Day of the Triffids, I could just focus on the readathon books, and I'm okay with that. I'm not married to the idea of like I have to read Wordslet in June. It's more about, can I handle, you know, reading for 4 weeks just historical fiction and these other couple of books that I've started and will likely be finishing in a couple of days. I don't know, but stay tuned and find out. Next month I'll post my June reading wrap up, and hopefully we'll find out one way or another. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please cheer me on. Please let me know if you're participating in any of these or other readathons. I just learned about another cool readathon, Caribathon, which is happening over the month of June as well. And I think there's prompts to read more than just one, but the idea is to read just one book by a Caribbean author. So I just learned about that today, so I haven't made any plans for that as of yet, but I'm sure there's even more. I believe people read Lonesome Dove over the month of June. I did place it on hold on Libby. It's going to be 20 weeks, so I can't read it over the month of June. But yeah, there's a lot of readathons going on, and I would love to hear which ones you're participating in or hopefully participating in. It's all up in the air, isn't it? All right, let's listen to the geese here. There they are. Ooh, there's a lot of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.